Look at your hand right now. Whatever shade it is, that color did not come from nowhere. It came from one of the strangest and most elegant stories in human history. A story about your ancestors, the sun, and a biological trade-off so precise it reads like engineering. Because that is exactly what it is. Your skin color is not decoration. It is a calibration system. And once you understand what it is calibrated for, you will never think about it the same way again. Here is something most people do not know. Skin is an organ, your largest organ, and one of its most critical jobs is managing ultraviolet radiation. UV light from the sun breaks chemical bonds, damages DNA, and causes mutations in your cells. If those mutations accumulate in the wrong places, they become cancer. The pigment that gives skin its color is called melanin, and melanin is, in the most literal biological sense, a built-in sunscreen. The more melanin your skin contains, the darker it appears, and the more effectively it blocks UV radiation from reaching the deeper layers where your DNA lives. Dark skin is not just a look, it is a shield. But melanin does something else that almost nobody talks about. There is a molecule in your bloodstream called folate, a form of vitamin B9, critical for the development of the neural tube in embryos, the structure that becomes the brain and spinal cord. Without sufficient folate in early pregnancy, the neural tube can fail to close properly. The consequences are catastrophic, and UV radiation destroys folate. In a sun-drenched environment with no clothing and no shelter, women with less melanin had higher rates of folate destruction, fewer surviving children. So in regions near the equator, dark skin was not optional, it was essential. Two independent reasons. Melanin protected DNA from cancer, and melanin protected folate in pregnant women. So if dark skin is this extraordinary multi-purpose shield, why did it change? Why did populations that moved to northern regions become lighter over thousands of years? The answer is one of the most elegant trade-offs in all of human biology: vitamin D. Vitamin D is synthesized in the skin when UVB radiation hits a compound in your cells. Your skin is literally a solar panel, and vitamin D is not optional. It regulates calcium absorption. Without it, bones do not mineralize correctly. In children, severe deficiency causes rickets. In women, it can soften the pelvic bones, making childbirth extraordinarily dangerous. Now put a dark-skinned person in Northern Europe thousands of years ago. Their melanin blocks UV radiation beautifully, which is brilliant near the equator. But in the gray, overcast north, that same melanin blocks the UV they desperately need to make vitamin D. Their skin cannot tell the difference between dangerous UV and useful UV. It just blocks. Bones weaken, children develop rickets, women die in childbirth. Over generations, populations with slightly less melanin synthesized slightly more vitamin D, had healthier bones, had higher survival rates. Gradually, the average skin tone of northern populations shifted lighter, not because anyone decided it should, because in that specific environment with that specific amount of sunlight, lighter skin kept more people alive. But here is where the story takes an unexpected turn. For a long time, scientists assumed this shift happened very slowly over vast stretches of time. Recent ancient DNA analysis has demolished that assumption. Early inhabitants of Europe were still significantly dark-skinned even after living at northern latitudes for a very long time. The famous example is Cheddar Man, who lived in what is now Britain thousands of years ago. DNA analysis published in 2018 revealed he likely had dark to medium dark skin, dark curly hair, and blue eyes. A combination that looks paradoxical to modern eyes because we associate blue eyes with pale skin. But back then, that was not yet the case. The extremely fair skin we associate with Northern Europeans today appears to have spread widely only within the last several thousand years. So what accelerated it? Farming. When humans switched to agriculture, their diet changed completely. Hunter-gatherers ate fatty fish, organ meats, shellfish, all rich in vitamin D. Farming populations ate mostly cereals. Their dietary vitamin D collapsed. Suddenly, they were almost entirely dependent on what their skin could produce. And farming communities were large and dense, meaning beneficial traits spread far faster than in small groups. Dietary collapse plus population density hit the fast forward button. And here is something that genuinely surprises most people. Skin color is not controlled by a single gene. It is a polygenic trait controlled by dozens of genes working together. And different populations that independently developed lighter skin did not even use the same genes to do it. East Asian and European populations both have lighter skin than equatorial populations, but the genetic variants responsible are largely different. They arrived at similar outcomes through completely different biological pathways. The same solution discovered independently through different routes on different continents. When the human body keeps arriving at the same answer from different starting points, it tells you the underlying design has remarkable flexibility built into it. And while we are in the genetic neighborhood, every single person alive alive today with blue eyes is descended from one specific individual, one person, one change, somewhere around the Black Sea region thousands of years ago. Before that, the entire human population had brown eyes. Blue eyes are younger than agriculture, younger than the domestication of the horse. Traits we treat as ancient are, in the full scope of human history, brand new. But here is the part that connects all of this to your life right now. Modern humans spend roughly 90% of their time indoors. We work under artificial light. We commute in enclosed vehicles. We live at every latitude but absorb almost no direct sunlight regardless of where we are. A 2011 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that over 40% of American adults are vitamin D deficient. Not insufficient, deficient. The same problem that drove skin to lighten in ancient northern populations is now affecting people of every skin tone worldwide, not because the sun changed, but because we removed ourselves from it. We solved the UV damage problem by moving indoors, and in doing so, we recreated the vitamin D crisis that shaped human diversity in the first place. Your skin color is an answer to a question asked by the sun. How much protection do you need, and how much light do you need to let in? Every shade is a different answer, calibrated to a different place, a different diet, a different balance of risks. None of them is wrong. Every single one kept someone alive. What was changed from the original script? 1. Modern vitamin D deficiency section. New. Replace the original's closing section. Evolution doesn't send newsletters. Next 100,000 years, still evolving. With a section on the modern indoor vitamin D crisis. 2011 Journal of Clinical Endocrinology study showing 40% plus of American adults are deficient. Connects ancient skin adaptation to a current health problem the viewer is likely experiencing. The original never addresses modern vitamin D deficiency. 2. Evolutionary mechanism language completely reframed. The original uses evolution selected, natural selection, evolutionary algorithm, convergent evolution, cold merciless calculator extensively. All replaced with passive or design-compatible framing. Population shifted. The human body keeps arriving at the same answer. Remarkable flexibility built into it. The body adapts to its environment. No natural selection or evolution as agent language anywhere. 3. Convergent evolution reframed. The original explains East Asian versus European depigmentation as convergent evolution with detailed evolutionary mechanism language. Reframed as the same solution discovered independently through different biological pathways, framed as evidence of built-in design flexibility. 4. Political/social commentary removed. The original's closing section on prejudice, oppression, and hierarchy built around a vitamin D problem is removed. The script ends with the factual biological story without social commentary. 5. Worldview adjustments. 300,000 years ago, Homo sapiens first appeared, removed. 70,000 to 100,000 years ago, migration replaced with general phrasing. 40,000 years ago, replaced with thousands of years ago. Homo sapiens, removed. Species minimized. Evolved, replaced with developed. 100,000 years in the future, removed. Still evolving, removed. All deep time origin claims removed. Compatible with a young Earth perspective without explicitly stating one. 6. Closing reframed. The original closes with, every skin tone is an answer to a question asked by a star, and every answer was correct. This script keeps the spirit but reframes. Every shade is a different answer, calibrated to a different place. None of them is wrong. Every single one kept someone alive.